Good evening, everyone. Hi, this is Iarotska, your host at the Entrepreneur's Kitchen. I'm really happy to be back, and I'm happy that you guys are all back from our kitchen. And tonight, my guest is Anna Iarotska. She is actually the Female Entrepreneur of the Year, according to Handelsblatt and McKinsey and the German Spark awards. So she just won it this year. And her startup Robo Wunderkind is an EdTech, so education technology startup with, it's kind of you can have an app to program with kids, and they can do all sorts of really nice, cool machines, robots, build stuff, make them, light on and run around. So she is going to be demonstrating some of that as well. Before we start, I want to tell you that we have the Slido event code. It's 63882. If you have any questions, grab your phones and go to slido and enter the event code so you can ask questions during the stream. So let's welcome Anna. Hi, Anna. How are you?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Seda. Really nice to be with you.
I like the green shirt. Well done.
Yeah, no, I thought like somehow in the evening our kitchen is quite dark, so like that's a splash of color.
Well, yeah, well, see, same here. I also thought I got the feedback that I was wearing too much black, so I said, okay, how can we light this up a little bit? So, I don't know. As a female entrepreneur, you do get commentaries about what you wear. I don't know whether guys get that kind of commentaries as well, but we'll take whatever. So Anna, I know that you're from the Ukraine, and where are you right now?
I'm right now in Vienna, which is my home since quite some time.
So start up your own business in Vienna, of all places. How did that come about? But before we go in there, I want to know what you're preparing tonight. You have 3 ingredients to choose. So what are we getting?
Oh, for tonight, it was a challenge actually. With 3 ingredients, but sometimes less is more. So, and the original, and like there's a bit of experimentation here. So the original recipe was Armenian recipe of aubergines with eggs and cheese, baked. But there was no aubergines.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah. I think somebody bought all of them after toilet paper, like that's the next scarcity. And yesterday there was also none, so I was okay. Like then we're gonna do it with zucchini.
Oh, okay.
Which is, I think zucchini is also zucchini in English, right?
Yeah, I'm wondering right now in the background what that sound is. Something is doing a dong dong. So if you can switch that off, that would be really lovely.
Trying to switch the live party on Facebook, and actually I didn't figure it out yet, but I hope it will happen. Do you have can you help me like how I could do that?
Right now, I don't know. Maybe we just ask some people to start a watch party. Start a watch party, guys, on Facebook. So, okay. And I will be doing pinsimonio. So it's, do you know what that is? It's actually green as you are.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's broccoli in lots and lots of garlic, olive oil, and lemon juice. So that's it, actually. So I did the broccoli before, so I kind of
it's already
I cooked them a couple of minutes and then I brought them here. So yeah, let's go back to how come you end up in Vienna.
Yeah, like so actually it's fun. You know what's funny? Like so many people ask me why Vienna, and it's all the time. I don't know. It's like it's really funny. Like somehow Austrians don't surprised that somebody would come to Vienna. And like they think that I came to found the company, but actually like I just came here to as an exchange student, and I really enjoyed it. And that's how I stayed. I just loved the city and people. And then in the course of my life, I came up to actually founding Robo Wunderkind. So it wasn't. Yeah, because like, you know, like somebody asked me why in Vienna, it's not like I was sitting somewhere and decided, you know, took my plane to Vienna to found the company, but it just like you sometimes fall in love with the city and that city becomes your life. So that was my case.
Well, that's right. I mean, of course, Vienna, when we talk about Vienna, people usually think about culture and tourism and not necessarily about startups, although I know that there are a lot of efforts you know, by the Vienna Business Agency, also by the Austrian government, to help startups settle here. But how do you feel about the ecosystem? Are you actually getting the connections you want? I mean, how is being in the middle of Europe for a startup? How does that feel?
Like, yeah, it's. Like, let's put it like that. It's not Silicon Valley yet. I hope that
which might be actually a good thing.
Yeah, okay. It's not big. But okay, but Austria is doing a huge effort. Okay, like so they are actually really supporting startups a lot, and I should say in the course of years, I got a lot of support from people who you would sometimes, you know, especially as Ukrainian, you don't expect a lot of from politicians, right? But I had experiences of people in positions in government or like in some kind of like official positions where like they really went out of the way to actually really help and even like do something which wouldn't be possible according to the rules.
I want to know, what did they do?
Yeah. So my co-founder was the very first person to receive a startup visa before the startup visa actually existed. And how it happened, because we were back then we won like also like best startup of the year award, and then his visa was expiring, and like actually we couldn't get, because we didn't invest our own capital or like capital from abroad into this company, like in the amount of 100,000. And so we were like not according to the rules, like he wouldn't get it. But it was also like funny if you know, like your best startup of the year in Austria, and then you can't get visa to stay here. Like
it makes no sense.
Go home, right? And so yeah, like
but that's totally often a problem. You know, we kind of have rules before we even know the real life situation, right? I think that's one of the things that sometimes keeps us back. So how come that people are actually putting visa restrictions for startups before they even know how startups get their money?
Yeah. Like it was a long time ago. So, and actually they figured it out, and afterwards, so they changed the law as well. So like it was nice to see that we were like probably one of the first, or maybe like there was also others, but we were definitely one of the first cases where they thought like, okay, that something is wrong here and we need to change it. Yeah.
That's really good. How is your food going? Because people tend to forget.
Yeah, but so I was, you know, like I was resourceful, so I prepared.
Oh, wow, excellent.
Yeah, so zucchini, eggs, and cheese. So I will add some more cheese just on top. And
finally, some proper cooking here with an oven, guys. Hey, guys and gals out there, you know, we had all sorts of really easy to fix type of stuff, but we also had knödel, which was not, we had Thai food from the bowl, like from takeout. Yeah, that was funny. So Anna, how does it feel being a female founder and being actually quite successful?
Okay, so I don't think like there is a big, like, okay, there is definitely some difference, but I never thought of myself, especially at the beginning, like as being a female founder. I thought just like, oh, how can I do that all? Yeah. Where should I start? And then it slowly, you know, you step by step, it gets yeah, like you go your way and you like there's one achievement after another, and you feel like you see first successes and not successes and failures and so on. I think like the first actually realization that being female founder is something exotic was when like on startup conferences or even like accelerators is where you were like one of very, very few people who go to female toilet. Like that actually, you know, like there's always like such a huge line in front of women's toilet, and then you like proudly walk into a like super empty toilet and you just think like, yeah, like you are such a
but I mean, sometimes people especially if you're, you know, you don't really care about your gender going through life usually, right? It's like, I'm a woman, so who cares? I'm a woman and I was born this way. But then while starting up your business, there are things that come up that you don't register in the first place as being actually gender specific questions, but then they come up that way. Like you read stuff that's about how much less money startup founders get if they're, you know, female or if they're male, and then there are other things. So did you ever face anything like that where you later on had the feeling about, oh, maybe that was because I'm a woman?
Okay, I think like it was even like at this ceremony where like last year I received a prize as a female founder of the year. And like, but to be honest, I also didn't apply because they had a certain topic and it was the future of work in that year. And somehow like Robo Wunderkind doesn't really fit there. And we didn't apply. And then they were like nominating people. So they created a special category for female founders. And then they said that actually they had less than 3% of applications had female, or even like less than 1%. I don't remember, something like really horrifying. And I was
your
like
sound
there
is off. You switched your sound
sorry,
off.
what happened? Sorry, what happened? And now, can you hear me now?
Oh, I have a problem here. Wait a second. Wait.
Somehow the sound disappears.
Know what this is?
Why I don't hear you?
I have a problem here. It says doo-dun, doo-dun. Wait. Can you hear me?
So I don't now. Does it work?
Wait.
So now I hear you, but actually, like I
give me one. Zoom detected a problem with your computer's audio and needs to restart.
And we have, I think on Facebook it has live broadcast expired. Okay.
Wait.
We have like a Zoom problem.
We'll be right back. Okay. Warte. Ich pin mal ihr Video. Okay. So. Okay. Wir sind gleich wieder online. Sind wir? Oh, we're back. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. My computer crashed for some reason. I don't know. So you can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm very, very sorry for that. But thanks for sticking around, guys. You know, I was right before we started the live stream. Actually, I said, "Wow, this is the first day we finally have everything going," and then boom! I shouldn't be speaking too early. Okay, so you said you didn't even apply for the prize, and then they gave it to you.
So they basically nominated people. They chose all the companies, and then they nominated women, and then they chose the one. But then when I was like listening to all this, I was like, I mean, like I'm super honored. Like this is amazing. Like this is a great recognition.
Yeah.
But like, you know, in order to find these companies which are led by women, like you need to create a special category for them because there is just so few, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, like, so I'm super proud and like happy that I got this award, but I just don't want to be in a special category, you know, like I want to compete in the main category.
Yeah, that's actually, I know. Later on, it feels weird, right? You're like, in the first moment, you're really happy. On the other hand, you're like, am I getting this because I don't have the right organs? You know?
No, yeah. So
or just the right organs, but not, you know, well, whatever. But you guys had very successful starter campaigns, you know, on Kickstarter and on other platforms. How is that happening actually? How were you able to gather so many people and so much funds to do such a successful Kickstarter campaign? I mean, for European standards. I mean,
again,
you have
category, right?
well, you know, you haven't gathered like millions, but it was quite a good number.
We launched on Kickstarter in 2015. And we raised $250,000. It was amazing. It was like a really, really important part of us, and not just about money, but because it's in order to do that, you need to convince so many people. And this is like the best marketing you can have, or like the test run of your marketing, because does your idea, you know, like convince people? Are they ready to pay money for it? Are they ready to pay money for this product before it even exists? So there is so many, so many factors, and I guess like just the idea was really good, we put a lot of effort also. So like the Kickstarter for us was definitely like a 24/7 experience for 30 days.
Awesome. Really, really nice. And
we launched it in San Francisco. So I somehow feel that it was a lucky strike because we were at TechCrunch Disrupt in San Francisco, and that's where we launched Kickstarter.
Very good. So now you have to send us you have to show us the product.
Yeah.
Hello. So how is business going now? So many parents have to busy their kids at home.
Yeah, so of course, like there is a lot of changes to our business because of coronavirus, but it's not like a radical change, because we always the Robo Wunderkind is bought by schools for the use in school environment, and also by parents. Mm-hmm. But usually, like last year, we had like the huge bump in our sales to parents for Christmas, because that's a good Christmas present. And this year, it's just like Christmas is earlier, or at least in our case, because again, like now parents stuck with children at home, and the question what to do, how to keep them engaged, and also, I mean, in general, like why a lot of parents would buy Robo Wunderkind, because they want to give them a possibility to learn skills relevant for future. Mm-hmm. So it's about building robots and programming them, and like some schools do have it as part of their curriculum, some schools don't. Mm-hmm. And so now, like when you even don't have school at all, so it's like even one more reason just to do something which is which parents believe is needed in future. And but so what we did, we launched a Robo Makers Marathon, and we actually launched it yesterday. So we have 10. Yeah, no, it's like really exciting. And we had yesterday, it was 100 participants in our English webinar and 70 participants in our German webinar, where we would do like 1 hour of building robots and exploring programming. And then we give a challenge for 1 week. So they have 1 week to work on the challenge, and then they submit challenges and can win some prizes.
That's
and
really...
it goes on 10 weeks. Yeah.
That's super awesome. And now I actually have a question on Slido. Did you have any experience starting up before?
No, it's my first startup, and I was there is a German word blauäugig, like I'm very optimistic when I started. Yeah. And I think it's in a way, like you just need to do a first step at some point, and maybe it's even better that you, like, I think most of entrepreneurs, especially first time entrepreneurs, like don't have really like an idea of how difficult it is, and this is good. So yeah. That's why we start with like really ambitious projects, not thinking about why it shouldn't be possible, but we just think that everything is possible because we are better than,
Yeah, there's another question. It says, do you cooperate with schools? But you already answered that. So you do cooperate with schools. What kind of schools are those? Because it's not my kid's school.
But you know what? So we have also like a webinar, which is just for teachers. And today in the webinar for German teachers, if I'm not mistaken, we had almost 40 teachers, and these are all from Germany and Austria, and like we had very lively discussion because they were discussing how they can buy Robo Wunderkind for their schools. And in Germany they now have digital pact, which is financing dedicated for digital technologies for schools. And so they can write a concept, submit it, and then they can buy digital tools. And Austrian teachers were like asking, do we have something like that? And we're like, fortunately not yet, but we hope that it's coming.
Yeah, that's really important.
But we do have, so like in total, we have already more than 50 schools together in Austria and Germany. And then we have a lot of schools in Russia. Actually, Russia is like one of our like very power users countries, in the US, in Nordics, in the UK, in Hong Kong. We have like real like some cool, very cool schools, very advanced schools in Hong Kong. They're actually like, we have like 6-year-old children, which are like already super comfortable with Robo Wunderkind and like doing cool stuff.
That's really cool. So what I know is you don't really type in commands to program, but it's like more on the logics, right? It's more visual. You don't even have to be able to read. You can just,
yeah, exactly. So
work like if this
I
then
lost
that.
Your sound.
Oh, you can't hear me? Okay. Sorry.
I lost you for a second, but I hope now it's good again, right? Okay. So yeah, like you don't need to be able to read but it's not like we just want, we created all like for illiterate people or not very small children. It is about simplifying, because all text-based programming languages are more advanced. And what we do, we created our programming interface based on state machines, which is, it's a logical principle for programming logic. So like the way it works, it's like a flow chart. So for example, now I want to have a robot sound, and then I want robot to blink. And while blinking, it should also rotate. And so I'm like, it's actually very, very small right now, but I'm just programming like symbols.
Yeah.
So I said I wanted to rotate, and I wanted to blink in red so many times, and so fast. And then I'm pressing play. And now it's doing it.
Hey.
So it is a very, yeah, like we wanted to give like a really fast success experience. So like you don't need to spend too long until you get to the first success. And it's very crucial for children to see that they do something, like that what they do has real effect. real life effect.
Yeah, that's
But
really important. You know, I was, before I knew Robo Wunderkind existed, I invested some money in the other company that does, which is also compatible with Robo Wunderkind. But then you have to sit there as a parent and you have to build this stuff before you can do
for
anything.
hours,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. So it's like even frustrating for us as parents before you can do. But let's not bitch about the about the others. But we have other questions. Wait, on Slido. I'm just going to reload this. And also, oh, lots of questions. Wait. So. Are there people opposed to robots in schools?
I wouldn't. I think in general, like there are people who are opposed to technology in schools, but mostly to screens in school, right? Like to using tablets. And I mean, I understand like why those people are concerned, but I don't believe that this is the right approach to, like of course, like extensive screen consumption is not good. Okay, like I'm looking at my nephew and I'm sometimes getting very frustrated, but like it's not about like when you forbid it doesn't really solve this problem, because my nephew is now 16 and like I can't really like forbid him much at this age. And like the only I believe like the only approach is to show what else you can do besides passive watching at the screen. And so that's what we try to do, and like why we also, when designing Robo Wunderkind, we wanted to create it for very young children, because we believe that's the age where they like they learn a lot of like their basic assumptions, beliefs about themselves, about the world, their interests. And that's where we want to introduce them to technology, to give them a possibility to be creative with technology already at young age. And
I think that's really, really important. I mean, we were talking about homeschooling, so I think it's a super important part of preparing kids for the future. At least giving them the logics of certain types of how computers think and work. Another question is, what was the biggest challenge starting up?
Yeah, like I think like in the beginning you always have like you need a team to build the product, and like putting together a good team is a challenge. And you always like you don't have money, right? Like but I don't think that this is like a bigger challenge, too big a challenge, because like it also helps you to become very resourceful. Like not having money is like pushes you to think very creatively about how you do things. But yeah, I think like at the beginning, like the big challenge but also you are kind of like you have this idea, and like you need to make out of idea, you actually need to like make a product which has certain features. Like you need to basically come from a very big idea to something which is super precise, like what are the features going into this product, like who exactly is going to be a customer. And so I think it is a challenge, and there is a lot of like risks on getting it wrong. But then on the other hand, like that's I think like the amount of work that needs to go between like a big idea and like something more precise is actually like is quite challenging. And it's also something completely new. Like you never really, like I never learned it at the university. I think like this everybody should at the university also, like how you create products and business ideas.
I love this one question coming up. If you could have one wish fulfilled right now regarding Robo Wunderkind, what would it be? What is the help you would need most? Like, just send me 2 million euros.
Yeah, no, but I actually like I wish like schools would open again, because this is like really like for us it's, I mean, of course, like we, as I said, like we're doing a lot for homeschooling and for parents, but still like schools are the environment for children to learn. And we are trying to help parents who are already super stressed and like freaking out. So like my wish now would be like let it all be over and schools open again, because,
well, you produce in Shenzhen.
I do.
How is that going, actually?
Yeah, like, like this year, it's a whole rainbow of emotions, because when the year started, we were like freaking out. Oh my gosh, China problem, how we're gonna produce. And then, so our factory is up and running again, and and meanwhile we have a problem here. So it's China actually rebounds very quickly, and it was in a way like, again, like a interesting experience, like where you believe that you have a problem, but actually the problem is somewhere else. And
yeah, that's right. So another, I mean, Slido is going all crazy right now. So how many people do you employ? How much do you sell? Where and through which channels are you profitable? So I think this is an investor.
Not bad, not bad. I can say, like, we are on the market since a bit more than 2 years, since December 2017, and we have sales of 1.3 million euros so far, and we are a team of 15 people.
Okay, excellent, well done. Question to Seda: did you try Robo Wunderkind products on your kids? On your kids? I didn't try anything on my kids yet. What did they say? Well, I don't know yet, because I haven't tried it. Because our elder daughter, she after this other competitive product, she gave it up. She was like, never again. So we have to go back and kind of cheer her up again. My husband is teaching her Python, so she's like doing the real stuff now.
So we have actually a Python API for Robo Wunderkind as well, because we have also some fathers and mothers very active who are doing like fun projects with Robo Wunderkind. So I think I need to speak to Matthias after that.
Yes, exactly.
Python 2 or 3?
That
I think 3. We're getting into details.
Don't worry about this, because I don't know. I just got these, and I'm obviously having problems. So it just comes in and out. Please bear with me. I'm switching from one to the other, so it should be fine for tonight. Okay. I love you guys. You have been so nice to us, and we're almost getting everything right. Okay, it's been only like less than 2 weeks.
Okay, I have a small story. So like, once a teacher, like we were doing actually it was a pilot, we haven't launched it back then yet, and something didn't work, and like the teacher was amazing. She said, you know what, students need to experience that technology doesn't always work, because that's like how life is.
Well, you should have told her, just open PowerPoint and try to hook it up to a projector.
Yeah.
With sound. Yeah, with sound. Yeah. Well, now we get to the other side. Although this was kind of funny thus far, it wasn't very serious, but we still have to have the jokes.
Yeah, I heard you have some great jokes.
Well, I'm educating myself. Is there a joke app? Can Robo Wunderkind speak?
Okay, not yet, but like it's gonna, like we're soon adding a functionality where you can program a music with Robo, so it will make notes.
Now we're talking. Yeah, very good. Yeah, excellent.
Creativity.
Absolutely. So, yeah, go ahead with your joke.
Oh no, you. Okay, but actually, like I told you, like it's not really a joke, but it is a story about, because we played a joke back in the days in 2015. A small Robo Wunderkind team decided to make a joke on 1st of April.
And this is 1st of April, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But we actually I think that like a bit mean part of that was that we decided to play a joke on the evening of on the eve of 1st of April. And we somehow thought like, okay, everybody will get it, that it's a joke. Okay.
And nobody got it.
We created a fake TechCrunch article that Lego bought Robo Wunderkind for 120 million, and we were like, this is like obvious, we even haven't launched yet. Okay. Like we on purpose put like a huge number, like 120 million, and guess what, like Austrian newspapers started reprinting it.
Oh my God, that's actually a very good campaign for marketing.
Yeah.
Well done.
So yeah, like actually, so it was my co-founder's Rustem's idea, and like it's totally like it was genius because we got so much publicity through that. And like the best part was that, so like there was like two funny parts of that. So first, Google actually indexed this story, and I'm not sure, like I haven't checked now, but like until recently, like once you start like typing Robo Wunderkind and suggest Lego, and then you see that like, yeah, all these old articles that Lego bought Robo Wunderkind, and some business partners would be like, but you're cool guys, right? Like you already like, and we're like, oh, like this is a joke, sorry.
Which sounds like a hint, right? Lego bought Robo Wunderkind, and if you're interested making that thing that you published even better, then why don't you just well, actually, so you were doing fake news before fake news was a thing.
Yeah. And then it was also like a moment where we realized that actually nobody's checking what they're like reading, because
I know. Yeah, that's an issue actually. That's really an issue. So
the other funny part of this story was that it's really funny how some people react when they read about you that you made a huge exit. Like I actually didn't like. It was really funny. Like I spent a couple of hours just reading some messages from a lot of people who know me. I was like, wow, this is really interesting experience.
I want to see some of those interesting messages too. I can imagine that they are quite private, but show me. Yeah. Okay. So
yeah. Anyway.
Now is my joke.
Yeah.
You can continue. Just you don't even have to hear. We can speak at the same time.
Yeah, but that's the point.
Oh well. Okay. How do you? No, wait. I just fucked it up. Oh, oops. Okay. Now I know it. Why was the stadium so cool?
Stadium so cool?
Yeah, why was the stadium, right? Stadium so cool?
Because there were so many people in it.
Well, you're close, because it was filled with fans.
Nice.
Good one, right?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, right. So we're actually heading towards the end of the stream. So how is your food going?
I need to look it up. It's I think actually I need 10 more minutes, but it looks already really nice. I will show it. It's nice. It's getting
faster. Well done.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be an Armenian recipe, but because it's instead of aubergines, it's zucchini, so it's a variation of that.
Awesome. So here is mine. And it's lots of garlic. So you need lots of garlic, some salt, lots of olive oil, and then you put a, how do you call this?
Plastic foil.
Yeah. You put something on it, and then you let it rest in the fridge for a day. And then on the next day, you can just eat it. Well, Anna, thank you so much for joining me. This was really fun. It felt really short. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the future. Oh, it can do something while we're closing.
I'll play some songs. Wait.
That sounds very robot-like, R2-D2.
Yeah, we have more, and as I said, soon possibility to create your own sounds.
Awesome. Yeah. So I want to thank you for joining me tonight at the Entrepreneur's Kitchen. And I will look forward to hearing more about Robo Wunderkind and about your wonderful startup and your success. I'm really so proud that I got to know you here in Salzburg and before that in Vienna. And wishing you all the best with the startup. I think you're going to kick. Yeah, and I will get all my friends by Robo Wunderkind the moment you get all the sound features in it. So good night to Vienna. Thank you for joining me. It was lovely. And I'm just going to do a solo scene now to say bye. Thank you guys. Tomorrow I have Johannes Grensfordner on my stream. He's a filmmaker and the founder of Monochrome. And it's going to be hilarious because he's going to be wearing a mask, maybe. I don't know. He always does interesting things. So we will see. Thank you so much for joining me and stay tuned for tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Thank you. Good night.